Welcome to our channel. If you love exploring thought-provoking topics that challenge conventional thinking, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll dive into one of the most fascinating and controversial experiments in modern history. Stick around until the end to uncover the incredible results that left even scientists questioning reality. The story begins in the late 20th century when scientists were exploring human consciousness, trying to understand its origins and mechanics. Their mission was purely scientific to decode the brain's mysterious capabilities. To do this, they turned to a machine called the FRE, capable of mapping brain activity in real time. Little did they know, this endeavor would lead to something far beyond their expectations. Participants were asked to meditate, reflect, and even pray during these studies. While observing neural patterns, researchers noticed a strange phenomenon, a state of heightened unity in the brain that didn't align with ordinary activity. This state, which many participants described as feeling connected to something greater, piqued the curiosity of the scientific community. As the experiments continued, a fascinating discovery emerged. Scientists identified a region in the brain they coined the God spot, scientifically known as the parietal lobe. When participants entered states of deep meditation or prayer, this area became unusually active. But what does this mean? The activation of the God spot seemed to correlate with feelings of interconnectedness, peace, and divine presence. This was not proof of God in a traditional sense, but it raised profound questions. Was this region of the brain designed for spirituality? Or does it create an illusion of the divine to serve an evolutionary purpose? The discovery didn't just fascinate scientists. It caught the attention of philosophers and theologians. If the brain has a specific area that facilitates spiritual experiences, does that diminish their authenticity? Or does it mean that humans are hardwired for spirituality, pointing to a greater purpose or design? For centuries, humanity has debated the existence of God. This experiment added another layer to the discussion. It suggested that whether or not God exists externally, humans might be intrinsically designed to perceive and connect with something beyond themselves. Could this be evidence of divine architecture? Unsurprisingly, this discovery sparked heated debates. Skeptics argued that the God spot is proof that spiritual experiences are mere brain functions hallucinations, created by neurons firing in specific ways. Believers, on the other hand, saw it as validation that science was finally catching up with ancient spiritual truths. Who's right? The answer depends on your perspective. While skeptics view this as a tool to debunk spirituality, many believers embrace it as evidence that humans are biologically tuned to connect with the divine. The debate continues, as neither side has definitive answers. So, what does this mean for us? Whether you're religious, spiritual, or purely scientific in your thinking, this experiment invites us to explore our own experiences with an open mind. It bridges the gap between science and spirituality, showing that the two can coexist in harmony. This discovery encourages us to reflect on what makes us human. It highlights our innate curiosity and our desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. Perhaps the experiment didn't reveal God in a literal sense, but it opened a door to understanding the profound depths of human consciousness. Meditation emerged as a critical factor in the study. Participants who meditated consistently experienced stronger activation in the God spot. This wasn't limited to religious meditation. Mindfulness and secular practices produced similar effects. This raised another question: is spirituality innate, or can it be cultivated? If meditation can amplify this connection, it might mean that anyone, regardless of belief, can access these profound states of consciousness. Interestingly, prayer had a similar effect to meditation. Whether participants prayed to a specific deity or practiced general gratitude, their brains responded in comparable ways. This suggested that the act of focused intention might be more important than the belief system itself. It hinted at a universal mechanism within the brain that activates during deep reflection, connecting people to something greater than themselves. The findings also paralleled reports of near-death experiences. Individuals who hadn't as often described feelings of unity unconditional love, and a sense of coming home. When their brain scans were compared, researchers found similarities with those in the experiment. Could this mean that our brains are primed to experience the divine, especially during life-altering events? One controversial perspective is that spiritual experiences could function like a placebo real effects triggered by belief. Placebos have shown incredible power in healing, often rivaling actual medications. Could belief in a higher power work similarly, providing psychological and even physical benefits, regardless of whether God exists? Another fascinating discovery was that the activation of the God spot transcended cultures. Participants from vastly different backgrounds, religious and secular, showed similar neural patterns. This suggested that spirituality, or at least the capacity for it, might be a universal human trait, deeply embedded in our biology. Music also played a surprising role in the study. Listening to spiritually uplifting music activated the same regions of the brain as prayer and meditation. This aligns with historical practices, where music has been a tool for spiritual connection across cultures. Could this be another pathway to accessing divine states? The experiment also bridged a long-standing divide between science and faith. While science seeks measurable truths, faith often operates in the intangible realm of belief. This study showed that the two could inform and enrich each other, offering new perspectives on age-old questions. Evolutionary psychologists had their own interpretation. They proposed that spiritual experiences might have evolved to strengthen social bonds and ensure group survival. By feeling connected to something greater, humans could foster cooperation and resilience, key traits for survival in early societies. Some researchers took it a step further, experimenting with technology to simulate divine experiences. Devices like the God helmets used magnetic fields to stimulate the brain, often inducing feelings of a higher presence. Does this mean God can be artificially replicated, or does it simply highlight the brain's untapped potential? Another exciting finding was the healing potential of spiritual states. Participants who regularly meditated or prayed reported lower stress, better mental health, and even physical improvements. This added weight to the idea that spiritual practices, regardless of belief, can have profound benefits. Some researchers likened the brain to an antenna, capable of tuning into higher frequencies of consciousness. If true, this could mean that spirituality isn't just internal, it might connect us to external, universal energies. Critics of the study argued that finding neural correlates of spirituality doesn't prove its validity. They claimed it could all be a sophisticated illusion, a byproduct of our brain's complexity. Yet, even skeptics couldn't deny the transformative effects of these experiences on participants' lives. The experiment also tied into the science of awe. Moments of wonder, like gazing at the stars or witnessing natural beauty, activated similar regions in the brain. This suggested that awe, a universal human experience, might be another gateway to connecting with something greater. With advancements in AI, some scientists speculated whether machines could ever replicate spiritual experiences. If spirituality is tied to brain activity, could an AI designed to mimic the brain experience its own form of God? This futuristic question challenges our understanding of consciousness and divinity. Years later, the experiment's findings continue to resonate. While it didn't definitively answer the question of God's existence, it opened new avenues for exploring the mysteries of consciousness and spirituality. Its legacy is a reminder that science and spirituality, though seemingly opposite, can collaborate to deepen our understanding of existence. While the discovery of the God spots is groundbreaking, it also highlights the limits of neuroscience. The brain's activity can be measured, but the subjective experience of spirituality, what people feel during these moments, remains elusive. Science can tell us what happens in the brain, but it can't yet explain the essence of these experiences or why they feel so profound and real. Interestingly, the findings align with studies on psychedelics like psilocybin and LSD. These substances are known to induce states of transcendence, unity, and connection, often described as spiritual. Brain scans of individuals on psychedelics reveal heightened activity in similar regions, raising questions about the overlap between naturally occurring and chemically induced spiritual states. Some researchers have looked to quantum physics for answers. Theories like quantum entanglement suggest that everything in the universe is interconnected at a fundamental level. Could the God spot be the brain's way of perceiving this universal connection? While still speculative, this idea bridges cutting-edge science with ancient spiritual concepts. Another key finding was the role of intention. Whether participants prayed, meditated, or simply set a positive intention, their brain activity reflected similar patterns. This implies that spirituality might be less about the specific practice and more about the focus and purpose behind it. This universal approach makes spirituality accessible to everyone, regardless of their beliefs. While the parietal lobe was a focal point in the study, researchers noted that spirituality involves multiple brain regions. The limbic system, responsible for emotions, and the prefrontal cortex, tied to decision-making, also play roles. This complexity suggests that spirituality isn't confined to one spot, but is a holistic experience involving the entire brain. Throughout history, spiritual practices like chanting, fasting, and rituals have been used to induce altered states of consciousness. Modern science now provides insight into how these practices activate the brain. This suggests that ancient traditions, developed without scientific knowledge, were deeply attuned to the human mind and its potential for transcendence. One aspect often overlooked is the role of community. Group prayers, meditations, or rituals amplify the feelings of connection and unity, both socially and spiritually. Brain scans show heightened activity during collective experiences, suggesting that spirituality might also be a social phenomenon, strengthening bonds and shared purpose. Interestingly, even atheists showed activation in the God spot during moments of awe or reflection. This challenges the notion that spirituality is tied solely to religious belief. It indicates that everyone, regardless of faith, has the capacity for profound experiences that connect them to something greater, be it nature, the universe, or humanity. One of the most practical outcomes of the experiment is its implications for mental health. Spiritual practices like meditation and prayer are now being integrated into therapies for anxiety, depression, and PTSD. These practices help regulate emotions and provide a sense of purpose, demonstrating the tangible benefits of exploring the God spot. The findings also point to the potential for incorporating spiritual awareness into education. Teaching mindfulness and meditation in schools could help young minds develop emotional intelligence and resilience. By fostering these practices early, we might cultivate a generation more connected to themselves and the world around them. Interestingly, younger generations are embracing spirituality in non-traditional ways, focusing on mindfulness, energy healing, and self-reflection. This aligns with the experiment's findings, showing that spirituality can evolve while still resonating deeply with human nature. For many, the experiment reinforced the idea that spirituality doesn't require religion. The brain's ability to experience transcendence shows that connection and purpose can be found in diverse ways. This opens the door for people of all beliefs to explore their own paths to fulfillment and meaning. The study also revealed links between spirituality and the subconscious. Moments of deep prayer or meditation seem to tap into hidden layers of the mind, unlocking creativity, insights, and clarity. This suggests that spirituality might be a way of accessing our deeper selves, beyond the noise of daily life. Gratitude emerged as a simple yet powerful practice in the study. Participants who focused on gratitude during reflection showed enhanced activation in the God spots and related regions. This highlights the transformative power of appreciating life's blessings, even in small ways. One of the most profound takeaways is how the experiment underscores humanity's shared nature. Regardless of culture, belief, or background, the ability to connect with the divine or the sublime is universal. This could serve as a unifying force, reminding us of our common humanity in an increasingly divided world. While the study provided incredible insights, it's just the beginning. Future research might explore how these findings apply to different populations, brain injuries, or even artificial intelligence. The quest to understand spirituality is far from over, and the possibilities are endless. The experiment also raises ethical questions. If spirituality can be artificially induced or manipulated, who decides how and when this should happen? These are critical conversations as science continues to delve deeper into the human mind. Ultimately, the experiment reminds us that spirituality is deeply personal. Whether it's through prayer, meditation, or simply reflecting on life, the journey inward can be just as profound as seeking answers outward. The study also found that spirituality boosts creativity. Participants reported enhanced problem-solving and artistic inspiration after engaging in spiritual practices, showing how these experiences can enrich every aspect of life. The experiment's legacy is a reminder that the mysteries of life are far from solved. As science advances, it will continue to unravel the intricate relationship between the brain, spirituality, and the universe. One thing is clear: the journey to understand the divine is as infinite as the cosmos itself. The experiment's findings bear striking similarities to ancient mystical traditions. Texts from cultures like the Vedas, Taoism, and Sufism describe states of unity and transcendence that align with the brain activity observed during the study. This raises the question: were ancient mystics tapping into the same universal truths that science is only now beginning to uncover? The study suggests that regular spiritual practice can strengthen the brain's ability to access transcendental states. Techniques like meditation, mindfulness, and even creative visualization can train the brain to activate the God spots more frequently. This opens the door to deliberate exploration of higher states of consciousness, making spirituality a skill rather than a passive experience. Dreams also emerged as an area of interest. Many participants reported vivid dreams after engaging in spiritual practices, often with profound emotional resonance. This aligns with theories that dreams are a gateway to the subconscious, where the brain processes and integrates spiritual experiences. Love, particularly unconditional love, showed a significant overlap with spiritual states. When participants reflected on deep, selfless love, the same brain regions activated. This suggests that love might be one of the most accessible and universal pathways to experiencing divinity or transcendence. Welcome to Blessovia Science TV, where we take you on an exhilarating journey through the cosmos and unravel the mysteries of science. We are excited to offer you the opportunity to become a valued member of our ever-growing community of cosmic enthusiasts and knowledge seekers. Exclusive access to cosmic content. As a member of Blessovia Science TV, you will gain exclusive access to a treasure trove of cosmic content, including documentaries, interviews with leading scientists, space missions updates, and awe-inspiring visualizations of the universe, live Q, and sessions with experts. Your membership will grant you the chance to participate in live Q and sessions with renowned scientists, astronomers, and space explorers. Get your burning questions answered by those who push the boundaries of human knowledge. Embark on a journey that spans the cosmos and join us in unraveling the secrets of the universe. Become a Blessovia Science TV member today, and together we will reach for the stars. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and share. Don't forget to leave your comment.